Hello. Janet here from Crafts and Collage. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're a regular. It's been a busy couple weeks. Oh my God. Like all kinds of stuff going on between, Halloween projects and fall and the kid and, just a whole bunch of things. So, I'm bringing you one of our fall Gluebook pages, but there's a twist today, because, beautiful as, fall trees are, and they are gorgeous. To me, fall trees and fall foliage, like forest foliage, is some of the most breathtaking visual candy in the world. I've been out doing so many more walks this year than I could last year or the year before. I don't know if I hibernated after the double break on the shoulder thing, and maybe, I don't know, little trauma, so I took a break from going out or walking much, because that's how it happened. But I've been out a bunch of times, especially to our downtown area, which is where it's very much a college town now down there, and God, it's beautiful. They've let the trees, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Of course, you come to expect it. That's why you tune in, right? For my rambling. We've done a couple pages in the fall. This is the fall book. So, I wanted to do one. I picked out this as maybe a possible focal point. And then I've got, of course, the autumn folder. But again, the vast majority of autumn pictures tend to be foliage, trees, and things like that. So, I was thinking of adding a clock, because autumn is all about time, right? Timing and things like that, all about seasons changing and stuff. To me, that's what autumn is about. It's time for a rest, but it's about change. So I thought maybe a clock might be interesting, just to sort of bring attention to the passing of time, which, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but like, time is passing so incredibly quickly in my life these past couple of years that it's almost scary, I turn around and it's like the next year, and it's, oh my God, where's the time going, It's really very scary. I kind of like that one too. Alright, so I didn't know if we'd glean anything from the clocks folder, but don't forget to save everything, people. That's my motto, whether it makes you look like a hoarder or not. Save it all. Try and save it in an organized way, okay, because the disorganization can get to us. So I've got a special thing I wouldn't mind adding on this page, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to Mod Podge it well enough to protect it from breaking on the page. But I have this that I've had now for 3 or 4 years. It's beautifully dried, and I just received 2 new flower presses, so review products. So I've got those to fill in the spring and summer, but I didn't know if I would be able to use that leaf or not, so let's just see what happens, okay? I started a vid yesterday in the converted textbook, the chemistry book that I work in, my friend, the chemistry textbook, and I just, for some reason, I couldn't finish it. I wasn't finding anything connecting, so I shut it down and I went and did something else, which is, usually a good idea. Ghosts. Some of these are awesome pictures. Wow. They are awesome pictures. This is a cool file. I forgot about this. Wow, okay. Definitely good for ghost files. At least if not that, then the Victorian folder. Oh, I forgot I had, oh, we're going to have to do, okay. All right, Janet, that's 3 sentences. Be nice to these people and only do one at a time. We're going to do a ghost page or a haunted page or whatever over the next couple of days. So, yes, I know I say those kinds of things a lot, but October end is fast approaching, and this, especially this fall book we're doing, is kind of for September and October, and I've just been neglectful the past week because I was so busy. And, you know, it is the way it is, right? Oh, love that. But is it fall? Does it fall? Does it fall? This, bloody gorgeous. Tombstone. That I put in the ghost file. We're good with that. This, though, is really cool. Talk about the passage of time. I like that. And I love this. That is the School of, I believe that's the London School of Economics, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Another building, lots of buildings, but at least they're not forest. And like I said, I absolutely love the trees when they turn, but you can fill a whole book with that, and you know, you need some interest sometimes in other stuff. I thought the bread for fall is a good one too. That's the Canadian Parliament. Okay, so we have 1, 2, possibly 3. These we'll put away for another day. And then we'll decide. We'll rack our brains and decide, right? That's how it goes, right? Okay, let me put this in the ghost file before I lose it. And my daughter brought me another package of Scully napkins. Skulls. She bought me that first package. Yeah. And then grabbed me the other one. The first one, if you recall, is, where is it? This one. This one. See, I tried it both cutting it out and then on, unfortunately, very lightweight paper. But that's the first set of napkins she bought me. I was delighted they were 4-print instead of single print. And this is the other set she brought home for me the other day. Very Day of the Dead. Love that stuff. Love it. I've got all kinds of Day of the Dead stuff. And I've sort of painted a lot of it and, you know, done stuff with the images of Day of the Dead. Just like I have with Ganesh and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right, so where are we going with this? Who knows? It's me, right? And I actually am going to, brave the live thing, but it has to be after Thursday afternoon, because Thursday morning is the morning I get the injection in my eye, and right now my eyes are very fuzzy, like I can't read a screen, so I couldn't read the text on the live screen to answer you guys or anything. But after Thursday I'll be able to. I'll have about 3 weeks where it's clear vision in the eye, and so then we'll do that then. So just another couple of days, and hopefully I'm brave enough to do the whole live thing. I've done them on occasion, but to me it's just nerve-wracking. Absolutely nerve-wracking. Even though I'm amongst friends. I know you are friends. Okay, so minus the chairs, because I'm not interested in those at all. Let's put together something that sort of coordinates. I don't know. I truly love this, but we still have a number of pages to do for fall. And someday I'm probably going to regret using all my autumn stuff in one book. You watch. But that just means I have to collect more autumn stuff, right? Which means more buying magazines, which means my daughter gets mad at me for taking up magazine room. I've got like a whole hallway pretty much along one side with boxes of magazines I've been cutting up and pillaging and so on. You know the drill. You know what it's like. Alright, so I definitely want that there. But this darker leaf, this sort of more goes with that kind. No, that doesn't fit either. What about this side? Does it work on this side? No. Nope, this one's gonna come out another day. We'll see how that works another day. Alright, so London School of Economics with a horse-drawn carriage. That's an interesting sort of thing. Okay, so this needs to go down at ground level, as does this. And then this could be up here. Okay. And I really do, I'm going to keep Warm Soul, of course, because that's amazing text. Remember, folks, keep all your text. You might not think it's worth anything at the time. I mean, Warm Your Soul is wonderful, but you might not think anything is worth it at the time, that it doesn't fit in anywhere, you don't like it at the time. I promise you, it takes up so little room. Remember this drawer? Takes up so, I mean, there are thousands and thousands of pieces of text in this little drawer. Takes up no room, and it's there, and you'd be surprised at how many ones I thought would never fit, and they do. So, oh, no, all right. I don't know why, I'm just kind of, although this might work up here. Ooh, maybe. Maybe. What do we think? We think maybe. Where's my ruler? Because, you know, just because when we're creative, we're destructive at the same time. Not only, if you think about it, that's very true. Very true. If you think about it, creative people are destructive at the same time because we deconstruct books and images and different kinds of glue. We'll stir them in with things, and we deconstruct all the time to create. That's an interesting thing. Never really thought about it that way before. I like it though. Makes me feel like, you know, you have to shush away the flies or put up the fly strips if you know, if you get them in the summer because you've put your pie in the window kind of thing. It's that kind of thing. It's a bit of a, you know, balance, karmic balance kind of thing. Does that work? Might. It might. We'll see. What else have I got? I know that I brought out the black and white folder. Why are you crying at me, Beanie? What is it you need, baby? Alright, so we had a clock here too, and I think that I'll go with the torn up one. Must go that way. Okay. So yes, 1, 2, 3. You know, with clocks, you always have to look at the face, or at least with some of the images when there's no text on the back of the image, and I don't know if you guys run into that or not, where there's like no text on something you've cut out of a magazine, and sometimes you can't always tell which way is up, you know. Maybe I need to keep warm the soul with this. I don't know. We will see. No more in the ghost folder. What about the black and white folder? Oh, is there anything left in the autumn folder that would be fun adding into this? See what I mean? You gotta look at the back. These are kind of abstract pictures, but they're very fall-like, and I really actually like them. And I've used bits of that same page in a number of pictures already. Sorry, doorbell went off, you know. By the way, oh my god, I was sent a notice from somebody in my city here. There's a new trend on TikTok. Lovely. Some of the trends are fun and, you know, cool, and I've danced with a few of them and stuff like that. Not on camera, just with them, you know. But this one is just downright dangerous. It's called TikTok Knock. And they're running up and, like, kicking in people's doors and stuff and, like, semi-home invasions, kicking at the garages and then running away, like collapsing doors and stuff. Holy moly. Like, what on earth possesses people? Boy, do I sound old, eh? I don't think a black and white image is going to do, honestly. I mean, a sepia tone, maybe. But, oh, maybe. Not really fall, though, is it? So, what on earth? God, I wish I'd kept the tagline for that one picture. I'd love to know what they're doing there. That happens to me a lot, actually. So I wanted to show you guys something. I don't know if I've showed it to you before or not, but no, I'm not seeing anything appropriate for an autumn picture there. I wanted to show you something. A couple of weeks ago, I was cutting a bunch of things out of some of the 70s magazines I've picked up, and oh my God, even though I remember these things, it was a kind of a rude awakening after this long. Yes, I'm going to take up more of your precious time. Okay. The headline, first of all, Rushdie on the Run, kind of weirded me out. That wasn't the 70s. I think that was from one of the 90s ones. Anyway, these magazines, where are the ads I was talking about? When they're talking about lethal blood and so on, there's all kinds of stuff, but what fascinated me more than anything was the fact that there was a phenomenal number of cigarette ads all over, like cigarette ads every second page, you know? And then there was, it was, now see, I'm not going to be able to find the folder, as is usual with me, right guys? Okay, so, never mind, I'll show it to you another time. Anyway, it was cigarette, and they're appealing to women and thinness and stuff like, oh my God. It's against the law now, literally against the law, illegal. Okay, so this needs to be down here, I think. And I think that maybe, do we need this other strip? I don't know why I'm so stuck on putting this one in here. I really don't. I don't get it, but that's okay. I don't have to, I guess. Alright, so we will, unless we do this at the top, and then, because I want to cover the car anyway, let's just get one of them in place, and then we'll see from there. By the way, I found the other cap, so now at least I've got one extra cap for sure. And I wasn't joking in that short film. Like, that was, putting one away is going to be one of the smartest things I do, because I'm constantly dropping stuff, right? It's a, coordination thing, right? But now I have furniture that I can't move, sets of shelves that are huge, filled with like paper and journals and craft things and so on. And there's no way I can go chasing the caps underneath those, so I needed to keep one back because they bounce off the desk or I knock them off. Or, like I said, it's a whole coordination thing. Sort of a blindness to your surroundings. Plus, I'm blind in one eye, so it doesn't help, right? Doesn't help at all. I have, my kids tease me about my blind side. Like, I need a rear view mirror stuck to my shoulder so I can see behind me. They tease me. And that's okay. I tease myself. I've got some good Halloween costumes coming up in the years ahead. It's like I love it when people just sort of join in the fun. You know, there's been a couple of women now that have lost a leg for whatever reason, cancer or accidents and so on, and they just they take on the lamp from A Christmas Story, and you know, do it with class and fun and dignity, stuff like that. So I admire people like that. I don't ever want to be so stuffy that like my disability becomes something that makes me, you know, standoffish or snobby or any of those things. Never. Mm-mm. My daughter Kelly and I knew a young man up north. Well, up north. Winnipeg way. That's pretty north. Pretty damn cold, too. Never snows before Halloween night, though. Usually November 1st or 2nd they get snow. He had been born missing pretty much from the about here down on his one arm. That man could do stuff with that little, I mean, it was kind of cute. I hate to say it, but it was kind of cute. It wasn't, you know, it looked like a little creature, a little dolphin or something. Weird. Anyway, he could do stuff with that arm I couldn't even do with two. You know what I mean? So he just, his mother absolutely raised him. He was quite, you know, she was quite adamant about it. She absolutely raised him that he wasn't disabled. He just, you know, you do the stuff I mean, he even could tie shoes, like laces on shoes. He said the one thing he couldn't do was pick up one of the big garbage bags full of stuff and spin it to put the twist tie on. And we laughed about that because otherwise he was completely able. And like I said, could do crap I couldn't even do. So he could use tools and screwdrivers and all kinds of things like nobody's business. The guy just, his mom would not let it affect his life. And I absolutely have never forgotten Jim because of that. You know, never. That part of Jim was a role model for me, especially now with, you know, a visual disability like this. And oh my goodness, nothing's going to stop me. Are you kidding? If it isn't my eyes, it'll be my words that I'll draw pictures. Yep. Okay, so we will need to trim the bottom off this. Oh, it's been a crazy busy week. We had a couple of events downtown. There was something called the Jane's Walk. It's Jane's Walk. It was a woman that many, many years ago, she's passed on now, but she started in New York and ended up in Toronto and so on. Excuse me, doing these city walks that showed off different city architecture and special spots and stories of interest and even paranormal stories and stuff. It was just a really nice morning with a walk, and then we went out for breakfast and did the city market. And so this Saturday we're going back down there, especially to the area of the city market because my daughter's addicted to cactus, and this woman has this beautiful cactus stand there this year. And I'm going to do some drawing, some sketching, and some watercolor while she plays with her new camera because she's a journalist and she got a new camera and she wants to you know, try out all the different filters and doodads and bells and whistles, all stuff I don't know about. And so she's going to do that because there's, like I said, downtown's a lovely area for pictures, very picturesque. They've converted all the different alleys that used to be just horrible, dirty, scummy back alleys like every city, you know, at one point in their history. And they've converted all of them to really cool art spaces and decorated the walls and benches to sit down on and safety and cameras and things like that. It's just wonderful. I love when they convert cities, you know. And as I said, I live pretty close to Detroit, and Detroit is going through a renaissance. They're trying their very best to create a renaissance for Detroit. So, what have we got? What have we got left? We've got these. Shut up, kitty. Bodhi, there's nothing wrong with you. You just, oh my goodness. dude. He's so funny. He does that now, though. We lost the other house cat early summer, and Bodhi, I think, missed. They were both 15, like Bodhi's old, and one was a ginger cat, and one was this one is a tuxedo cat, and as you know, they have very different personalities, and I think Bodhi cries because he misses him on occasion. You know, it's said that if you're a cat person, and I love both cats and dogs, but that they usually are healthier in pairs, you know, in multiples, because cats, they're not sociable animals, but they need that pack feel around them to feel secure, and can't rely strictly on a human for that. So they do really well in pairs, and yeah. Sometimes, you know, you hear the phone ringing, it's not your cell phone. Crazy. Anyway, so Bodhi is, I think, a bit lonely, but he's too old for me to get a companion. I don't really want another cat. Once he goes, I'm going to, and my beautiful little dog is 15, so hopefully I have him for another number of years, but I'll probably be getting a, not a seeing eye dog, but a companion dog kind of thing. The seeing eye dogs, apparently you don't get to keep them once they get old and can't do their job anymore, so I won't be getting one of those from the organization. I believe that's true, but I also hope that it depends on areas, because that's not really fair to an old dog, but they replace it with a new dog, and they let the old dog, you know, have its senior years in with a foster family and stuff. But when you've spent, you know, 6 or 8 or so years with your guide dog, your seeing eye dog, it's got to be horrible to suddenly just, you know, neither of you there for the other. So, no. We'll get a companion dog, and Groovy, because I'll have the other eye for quite a while yet, from what I gather. It's just one side that's pretty much gone. So, anyway, enough with that. See, I do get going on tangents. I think that's why every once in a while I have somebody unsub. Because I just drone on and on and on. I swear the music background is better for you guys. But, you know, some of us can't help ourselves. The clock would balance that dark over there. So if we put it here, with, what could we put here? Nope, too dark. Maybe. No. Double no. Okay. We're running out of options here, but this definitely goes with this color. So we are going to top the clock with that. Maybe we should bottom the clock, border the clock with. Ooh, see, I like that. It hides the people in the picture. Okay, that's fine. Yes, and some of you have actually confessed to me that you talk to yourselves too while you're creating, while you're doing your creating. So, gotcha. Yep. We're all in this together, folks. That's all there is to it. This life, we're all in this together, and we can't ignore that fact. And there's too much going on in the world that just is screaming we're not, but we are. We breathe the same air. We grow our food on the same planet. So yeah, we're all in this together. And I'm game, because, you know, choices, right? Okay, this seems to be coming. I still like the whole bread idea, though. Maybe next to the farm, because that, yeah, okay. We're good. All right. I keep doing that to myself. That's the one aspect of glue booking I just love. I really do. Okay. All right. All right. So, all right. What did I say I was going to put in front of the clock? Oh, this strip. Now I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe the bread would look really good there. I don't know. Somewhere near this farm sort of picture, I think. Because, oh, the harvest vegetables and stuff. Who's with me on that? Gosh, I love that stuff. Absolutely love it. I mean, I love all the summer produce and things like that, and even some of the early spring stuff, the sprouts, some of the sweet peas and things. But oh my goodness, the harvest veg are the best. And no, I'm not a big pumpkin spice girl at all. I do like some of the harvest flavors, though, I like the idea of the clock. Oh, maybe that works. I don't know, why am I so stuck on the bread thing? Maybe it's not the right time for that. Okay, if I'm that stuck, then just set it to the side. But which color works in here? Yeah, I like the dark. I do like the dark. But, unfortunately, see, I like the people. Why is this uneven? On which side is it uneven? All right. Does that bother you guys, or is that just my OCD? Yeah. Okay, so which way does this go? This way. I'm thinking maybe I don't want to cover up the clock altogether, so if I put something decorative in the front of that, like that, which goes, if I put that and then this one is the right way round, right? I hope so. We'll call it that. Alright, so if I use this one at the top, because I would like to bring some of the brown and tan tones down. See, this is the fun of it not being a forest. Although, my fondest wish is a little cottage just at the edge of town, somewhere near there where there's just a ton of trees. And, that kind of thing. Anyway. I think we need to put that right there. Maybe right there. What if we tuck? Okay. I'll cover the top of the clock then. That's fine. The bottom of the clock. Alright. That's fine. I'll do it. Whatever. Give in, Janet. Give in. Sometimes you just gotta surrender, because if it doesn't, it's like if you go to dial a number, who does that anymore, right? If you go to dial a number anymore, and you do it more than a couple, or entering a password, if you get it wrong a couple times, go away and try again in a few minutes. Like, it just isn't worth the stress. It just isn't. Okay, so. And I hope that you guys are making the very best of the time of year. I really do. It's such a gorgeous time. And you know, in the southern hemisphere, it's no, not yeah, southern hemisphere. It's coming onto winter, or coming onto spring for them. So that's a lovely time too. So no matter where you live, the seasons are accessible, you know, and there for when you. Oh, I like that. I do think I like that. Although, now see, I can't tell which side is up. Isn't that terrible? That's just awful, not being able to tell. I think it's, no, I don't know. I would assume that the acorn is going to be upside down, right? Or does it hang that way? Oh, is that a page number? It is. God bless page numbers. All right, my eyes are cracked today, so. Yep, the acorn's at the bottom. All right, so this picture works here. So let's take this little bit of white border off of there. And we'll leave the torn top because we like torn things like that. And that's a good spot to put it in. Or we can come all the way. Nope. We'll stay with this, Janet. Come on, don't get sidetracked. No, can't do that sideways. That's not cool. But this one, we can. Is this not glued down? No, it isn't. What was I thinking? Wow, you guys really get a babble fest today. I'm going to put a warning on the front of this video to just play music in the background if you're not interested in listening to my chit-chat, you know. I mean, you know, it could be the most interesting, sparkling person on the planet, and you can still get tired of hearing the voice. Do you know what I mean? You can still get tired of it. So, listen to music if you like, if you really want to watch the video. Put on some nice music you like, or put on some Halloween music, or fall by, you know, from the Four Seasons, or whatever it is that you know, gets your seasonal juices flowing. Hell yeah, drink your pumpkin spice or your scotch. That's a delicious drink at this time of year. Can't do it anymore, but oh, I had, when my daughter took me out on Saturday for breakfast, I had a mimosa. Mimosa, yes. For the first time in probably about 10 years, because I'm diabetic. I don't, you know, drink alcohol. Mind you, I was never a good drinker anyway. Like I never really was a big drinker. I've always been other assorted types of recreational, herbal attachments. So, anyway, so we had a mimosa with our breakfast, just one mimosa. And oh my God, it was delicious. I don't want her face there. What am I going to cover her with? Apples? No, these apples are not going to come in handy for me. Okay, I need one small thing. Does the bread come into play now? Oh, it might, you know. If I cut it out. I don't need any of the background. I will be back in a minute. A second for you guys. Okay, so let me turn off this video. I put something on in the background when I'm doing something off camera. Alright, so let's see what we've got. We've got bread. Oh my God, I pushed the bread thing. Ridiculous. Alright, that works though, so I'm okay with that. As long as it works, I don't care. All I need is something that works. Okay, now I need something to glue on. Yep. I make life hard for myself. Although, I'm learning to simplify things, I'll tell you. I've done a whole whole job on my workroom here, my studio, my atelier. In Canada, that's a common word. But I've started to reorganize things, and what I've basically done is moved everything to the front shelves, the easily accessible shelves that I use all the time in my work, in my creative stuff. So that okay, I'm not going to put that side down because I'm going to be so that whatever and then I've got my current tray that I did a video about with the keeping your current stuff in. I did a short. And so that everything is, the stuff I don't reach for very often is not taking up prime real estate in my studio, and I can get to the stuff I want to get to more quickly. Okay, I found it right away, my lettering, my text, which is going to be that. So I am going to, I think, tear this, because of course tearing gives us what? A more interesting edge. Although I cut a lot of stuff too, but I do love this effect. Yeah, so we went on this Jane's walk, which was fun because I found out about a couple of haunted places in my city that I wasn't aware of. And yet I've done a whole bunch of like psychic shows and stuff in the area, different times a year, things like that. And so I found out about there's this cool building downtown, and I had just been reading about some in, I think, Chicago or London for the underground, the subways, and they put up buildings that look like the rest of the downtown area, but that there's nothing in them. They're just an air intake. There's literally nothing in them but a great big huge air intake for the tunnel, or the tunnels for the subways, right? And so our area has one for a tunnel that is, I didn't know it was there, and I grew up here. Like, it's crazy the things, like, look up different activities in your area, because you can find stuff that's absolutely awesome, like absolute gems, you know what I mean? Absolute gems. Simply perfect. No. Good one, Janet. You really flubbed on that, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Okay, so, alright, so let's put this in just to cover this background, just for S and G's, because sometimes you have to feed in a little tiny paper, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Do you ever have, like, are any of you ever, you know, in a long-term falling out with a family member you were once close to? Any of you have to deal with that? There's someone in my family I miss terribly because she's creative and smart and funny. But we just are not good for each other. We just kind of, you know, there's a past there. There is a past. And when you got a lot of water under the bridge, that some of it is just really not very, you know, hard to release, you know. And no, I don't believe that forgiveness in all situations is the healthiest thing. No, I don't. I also don't believe that you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. I think the process of loving others is part of what allows us to love ourselves. So if it's circular, if you want to call it that, but it is part of the process, at least in my opinion. So Alright, so what have we got here? Alright, so I need basically a picture like that. That goes the other way, sorry. Yes, definitely fits better that way. I kind of like the black too. I really do. I like the way that's sort of abutted up there. Yeah. I also love the scrapbooking style of glue booking too. You know, collage, yes, as well, because it's all just glue booking. It really is. It doesn't matter what you call it. But the scrapbooking can be so cool with things arranged like a scrapbook, right? Like the things we used to have as teenagers, or diaries or whatever. And it's so much fun, like so interesting. You write a bit there and you put a picture in, or a ticket stub, you know, diary scrapbooks kind of thing. And they're fun. Oh my goodness, I've kept a diary all my life. You know, I've told this story before. You know, Harriet the Spy, the book before the movie years ago in the 60s. And that got me writing in a journal all the time. And then that was before computers. Now I do a lot more typing than handwriting. I jot notes to myself, but I tend to use the keyboard and a notepad to do any writing, actual writing. So, if you want some fun at this time of year, I run a Facebook page called ghosthaunts.com. You just go to ghosthaunts.com, it'll redirect you to the Facebook page. There's that, and there's also a site that I run called Death Scrolls, and that's also deathscrolls.com, which is all about the irreverent, weird side of human, Halloween, not Halloween traditions, but, death traditions and things like that. Some of it is irreverent, some of it is, not everybody's gonna like it, but it's fun. And the Ghost Haunts page is fun this time of year. Yeah. So if any of you are interested in that kind of thing, you know. So yeah, look up that TikTok knock thing, just to go back to that subject for a minute. I'm genuinely, I'm not going to be answering my door again anymore after dark, and yet, it's getting more and more toward dark because it's winter, or going toward winter, and deliveries happen right up until like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening when you order something from online, or, whatever you're ordering. It isn't just, that kind of thing anymore. So, is that straight? No, of course not. Is that straight? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, now let me take a quick look. Are we fitting the apples in anywhere, people? I mean, come on. They've been standing around waiting all day to see if they get a part in this production. All day. Do we give them a part? Yes, we do. Somewhere. Looks like some tomatoes, too. So, perfect. All right. I'm finding them a home in this picture, I'm telling you. That's it. On the balcony. No, I'm going to put them right down here in the corner where they can sit and nourish the horses that are right above them. I'm crazy. I get it. I get it. I get it. Remember wet wipes. Gotta have a package of wet wipes if you're going to use glue and paint and stuff. I know they're not particularly environmentally friendly, but lots of them I'll rinse out and just hang up, and you can use them multiple times. But in the art, in an art situation, they are so valuable. All right, I think we are done with this one. This side was simple, and it ended up really beautiful. Really beautiful, but I just wanted to bring some of the other aspects of fall into it, not just the leaves and stuff. Oh, I did here. Yeah, okay, not bad. All right, this is the page for today. late, but I get to it eventually, right? I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that other stuff. Pass the channel along if you've got friends that might like it. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. That would be it's sort of my goal. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye.